And good afternoon and welcome to the Prevention Corner. My name is Rich Coleman and I am your humble host. And I am excited about this program this evening. We're going to be sharing with you some information about an exciting event coming up a little later this year in December, to be exact, December 7th, with the National Kidney Foundation and the Peer Mentoring Program benefit with an event called The Preacher's Daughter, a night of elegance. I like that word, elegance. That's so pretty. We are here tonight with my good friend Erica Perry and David Lyles, playwright extraordinaire. This young man has been through a lot. We're going to get to hear his story. But what is amazing about this story, The Preacher's Daughter, it talks about the important work of being a donor. How important it is for families, particularly African American families, to consider being a part of this amazing process. It's not hard, and it's something that every family at some point in time possibly would need a donor for a family member or a loved one. We're going to talk about this process tonight, but how important not only the play is, but the work of the National Kidney Foundation. This year has been an amazing year for the national effort, with so many of our community members who are signing up and participating and signing up to be donors. But we're going to share with you not only the importance, but how you can be involved. This event that's coming up on December 7th at the beautiful Michigan Theater here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. If you've never been to the Michigan Theater, you're missing out on a treat of a fantastic facility. The ambiance, the acoustics, everything about the theater is absolutely fantastic. They've done a great job with refurbishing the theater to bring it to where it is today. And today we're going to share with you not only the information that's important about this event, but how you can be involved. With us this afternoon, Erica Perry and David Lyles. And we're going to start with our playwright and our extraordinaire, Mr. David Lyles, to tell us about yourself and talk to us about how important this play has been for you as the writer, but also what you've been through medically to bring us to where we are today.
Well, Rich, I started out at 9 years old. I was diagnosed with lupus. It affected my brain first, so I had several strokes at that moment, and that was before they knew what it was. So with lupus, that later and took me through kidney failure, and at that point I was I was basically devastated as a kid. I was 9. By 13, I was losing my kidneys, and the rest is just going through this kidney disease and lupus as a teenager was hard, but I had good doctors, I had good social worker, Erica here, and that helped me to get through it. I mean, at first I didn't even know the devastation of kidney failure. I didn't know the reality of it. I didn't even believe that I had it. You know, and doctors, I told my doctors, no, God is going to heal me. And that's how I believe. I believe that, you know, I'm not going on dialysis, because if I go on dialysis, God won't heal my kidneys. And I would never get better. You know, because I felt that way because about the same time my kidneys went out would be the same time that God healed me of lupus. So I felt like if I was healed of lupus, then I could get healed of kidney failure too.
You know, and that's interesting that you say that, because I read that in your bio, that you really fought against wanting to go on dialysis, and from the religious perspective, and when we talk about, particularly with this play being about the preacher's daughter, the foundation of the church is immersed in this play.
Yes.
And I've enjoyed seeing it. I'm so looking forward to this. But I can feel the personal perspective of what you were experiencing as a young man, not only with your faith, but believing that if God healed you the first time, you don't want to test him to go down that road, to not go down that road of faith again.
You know, and we as church folks, you know, we're taught that, you know, and it was told in the early church that, oh, you're not healed, there's something you're doing wrong, you know, and you don't have enough faith to do that. And that's how I was taught, you know, and they would tell me, you know, you don't have enough faith. You know, that's why you're not healed. You got to believe more. You got to do more. You got to fast more. You got to pray more. And I thought, in my heart, I thought, as a child growing up in the church, that, oh, if I get on dialysis, that means I ain't got faith, and God's not going to heal me that way. And it took my doctors, who was strong in his faith, Dr. Richard Schwartz, and PA by the name of Charles Porter, who explained to me, you know, David, listen, going on dialysis is not going to stop God from healing you. You know, and they put it that way, God. You know, it doesn't stop God from healing you. In fact, you know, it gives God a chance to heal you. You know, because if you did, you can't get healed. You know, and if you do get healed, we'll know, because it'll show up in your labs.
Yeah.
You know, and that right there convinced me, with doctors that knew and understood my faith, and respected me as a child. Respected me, you know, not going to a mother, he has to do this, you got to make him do this. No, respected me and what I believed in, and waited for my decision, and talked to me, you know, as believer to believers. You know, that helped me to understand that, you know, doctors are not the enemy.
Yes, yes.
Which I was made to believe. They're the enemy, basically. You know, they're here to make you doubt God.
Yeah.
But they made me believe God more, you know, and also believe that God can use medical science as a cure, as a healing factor. And so that's what made me to accept dialysis and to go on dialysis. I mean, there was still a lot of things that, excuse me, that I probably went through from then, I mean, with other things that lupus had left over, because lupus had affected my body in a way that the damage was already done.
Sure.
So by the time I got healed, all the damage was done. I mean, from the strokes, from my eyesight and everything. But that comfort in knowing that I was with people, including Erica, that understood me and that wasn't going to give up on me, and that respected me as a patient. It helped me to get through those times as a kid. You know,
and I think that that's the amazing part as I read the story. And when they introduced the mentoring program in dialysis, which is where our good friend Erica steps in. And so she's been working with you since you were 15?
Since I was 13.
13.
Yes.
Wow. So you got to really get to know this young man.
Well, we kind of grew up together.
Now, Erica, tell us this. You know, the more that I get to know the work here at the Kidney Foundation, the more that I'm impressed and so just in awe of the work. Because when we were at the walk last year and meeting all of the families and talking with the families of small children, those who have been in accidents, those who have been through a variety of different types of accidents or medically, biological things that have occurred that bring them to the need for dialysis. It's amazing the circle that they come from, different ways to come into this circle, and how supportive and how organized that this body is to help. And I applaud that. Talk to us about what it's like to work with from 13 up to an adult, and the things that you watched David go through.
He had me worried. You know, when I first met him, this serious boy who was so clear that he couldn't start dialysis. And so we did everything we could, including find other ministers to kind of help him reframe what it means to have kidney disease.
So you watched it from a young boy to a young man, and then as an adult.
Oh,
And so as you collectively brought those ministers in, what was the next step? Because clearly, as I saw in everything that he presented to me, his faith was real strong, and you weren't going to get around that.
No,
that was just no way.
That's the rock for David. I
Yeah.
mean, and it has been, you know, all this time that I've known him, he has never doubted, never lost his faith, and he's only become more spiritual. But some of the things that we did as he was in his adolescence, you know, the issue is that kids can get caught in a bubble of protective parents, protective medical staff, on dialysis 3 times a week, never get to leave the state, never get to grow up, never get to develop dreams. And so what some of the people whom he mentioned, Dr. Swartz and Charles and I did was we started to create groups of these kids and take them on trips. And some of these trips, I can't believe that we took them on. It was, as I said, I grew up too. But we took them whitewater rafting. We drove all night long to Virginia and the New River, and for a half a day, they just were scared to death but excited, you know, going down the river. Skydiving was another thing. Skiing. So we tried to create normalcy, but in a sense, a protected environment where the physician assistant and I would always go with them. But there were young people, peer mentors in the group, so they would say, why can't you date? Or why can't you go to college? You know, why can't you create some dreams? We had one young man who, his whole dream was to become a ski instructor. And I think that because of that early peer group, he became one. Another young woman, she became actually a trainer of peer mentors and blind. David, look what's happened to David. He's become this remarkable playwright.
It's amazing. Songwriter.
Songwriter.
Just extraordinary. With many talents that have lost on this. But when you took trips with the group, was there fear because of their health concerns with traveling abroad? Was your family afraid with traveling abroad and doing skydiving and river rafting and those types of things?
I don't think any of the patients was that afraid. I mean, we knew that we were in good hands. I mean, we had doctors and nurses and social workers. We figured, you know, well, I guess they're not going to let us do this.
Little did they know. We didn't lose anybody, but I do remember one young boy getting thrown out of the raft, Marty going underneath the raft.
Yeah.
But at any rate, no, I think all of that was really helpful in keeping them on their developmental path. And right now, we're taking peer mentoring to a different level. We're creating a website for young people. Because really, they are most at risk. Most at risk to lose their kidneys, to end up with hospitalizations. They play Russian roulette a lot out of anger at having kidney disease at such a young age.
I didn't think about it like that, because the frustration that I'm different and I got to go through what everybody else doesn't have to go to dialysis. You're tied to it three times a week?
Yeah. Yeah, and that is that factor that, you know, you don't feel sick right away. You know, so you think that, you know,
You're okay.
a lot of times you don't think what the doctors are saying is true, that you have to go.
Or I'll just skip
those 3. I can
dialysis.
skip this day.
Or all my friends are eating McDonald's French fries, salty French fries. I do not want to be abnormal. I want to be like them. So they take a lot of risks. And I really believe that what happened on those trips with David and all the young people that went with us was that they talked to each other and they created a new normal.
Yeah.
So they weren't so different anymore. And then new possibilities opened up.
Yeah, we can do just about anything that we put our head to. I mean, that gave us the encouragement to it. I mean, and I was to the point where I'll try anything once. So skydiving, I'll try
I did
it
not
once.
go.
You didn't get it?
I'll try it, sure. You know, but it lets you know you can do this. You know, you can do this, and it's not the end.
Yeah.
Kidney failure is not a death sentence. It's not the end. You can survive it. You can get through it, and you can grow and make something of your life. So.
And actually, young people who manage to get through these tough times are so much wiser than their same age counterparts without disease, you know? They're, you know, look at David, just so much more compassionate, you know, so much more sensitive and aware of other people. You know, they make wonderful peer mentors for others.
And that's so important as I look at the scope of the peer mentoring program and how active the website is and the resources that are available are just amazing.
We have a new website, by the way.
You mentioned that recently too, that the new website,
Brand
is it
new.
active up now?
Yes, it is. You should check it out.
I'll have to do that. We're going to make sure that we put that in on the screen as well so you can see the new website and all of the links, not only to the Preacher's Daughter that we're going to really get into here in a minute, but the services that are here in the peer mentoring program. And what's that new website is designed for more interaction with the users or the resources that are available?
Well, it's for providers, it's for patients, it's for family members, and you know, it meets a lot of different people's needs, and it'll also say what events are coming up. So, you know, the Kidney Foundation the mission is not only to improve the quality of life of people living with kidney disease, like the peer mentoring program and Kids Camp, but it's also to prevent kidney disease. And so we have programs called Healthy Hair, where we train African American beauty shops and barbers to talk with their clients about the risks. And we have Enhanced Fitness, where we go out and we exercise in senior centers into the community, because changing lifestyle goes a long way to preventing kidney disease. And then we have programs for children, because 1 in 3 children born after the year 2000 are going to have diabetes in their lifetime if things are continuing on the same trajectory.
It is amazing to watch into the programming now that really is focusing on the concerns of obesity in children, diet, the lack of exercise, very sedentary with all of the video games and the things that the kids used to get out and play and run all around, but now they're just zero locked into video games. And
how many kids
that
play kickball anymore?
Right, they just don't get out and get the physical activity and burn up a lot of that energy. And that's something that a lot of the campaigns that are going on with our schools and a number of different programs I applaud, because we really do need to make sure that we prepare for this, as we call it, the Y generation, prepare to be healthy and being able to take care of themselves, because the numbers are quite staggering.
Oh, we're supposed to be getting more and more civilized, but I think we're getting farther and farther away from good wellness behavior.
Yep, we're a fast food society. We're always on the go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
To go. But let's talk a little bit about this fantastic event coming up in December. And we are going to, we're going to set it up here in a format because we've got some footage here that we're going to provide for you. And so that you can see what the play is about and see the things that are going on, all of the important efforts that are underway. So as we prepare to see a clip, David, tell us a little bit about this play, and then we're going to go into seeing a little bit about what your vision was, how you first framed the idea.
Well, this play is a heartwarming holiday, play about a young girl who goes out for a night of have fun and ends up in a tragic accident. The young lady is daughter of a small-town pastor named Pastor Donovan. Her name is Kim Donovan. And she wakes up in the hospital going through an out-of-body experience. And she meets a mysterious gentleman, who's only known as gay. And this
Don't tell too much now.
Yeah, just set the framework up.
Well,
We're going to show you in a minute.
he just takes her on a journey of self-discovery and faith, and to get to know the hardships of kidney disease. So he takes her on this journey and through her friends and her neighbors' lives, and she comes to understand all this through.
And all of the challenges.
And all of the challenges,
Yeah.
she gets to see firsthand.
Well, let's do this then. Let's show the audience a little clip of the play. And we're going to give them some awareness of the magnitude of this amazing production. And then we're going to talk about the musicians, the actors, everybody involved. And then the big picture of how is this helping the mentoring program of the National Kidney Foundation, and all of the things that we want to see people come out and be a part of and seeing this event on December 7th at the Michigan Theater. Let's go to the clip right now so we can see just how great this play is going to be. And what an amazing piece of footage. Now, let's talk about how important it is for the actors and actresses that you found that have made a commitment, because these are all volunteers.
Yes, they're all volunteers.
And this isn't the first time. This is the second major production of the play.
Yes.
Talk to us about the musicians and the actors that have embraced this concept.
The musicians and the actors are all, they all came together. I just went to them and I told them what I was trying to do. I was trying to put on something that will bring awareness to kidney disease that has never been done. You know, I mean, we've seen skits at places, and we've seen reenactments, but they've never done it on a level as this, where we can bring music and visual aids and show people through characters what actual kidney disease patients go through, and how the peer mentor and the doctors and the nurses, how they have to interact with these people. And the actors and the musicians, a lot of them are friends of mine, family. Some of them were patients. In the first play, and the first time we did this, and they all came together and said, yeah, let's do this. You know, we can do this. And they came with their ideas and what we can add, you know, what kind of sound effects. And
It was very professional. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was great.
And you did it out in the Detroit area?
We did it at the Detroit area at
Which church?
at High Praise Church.
High Praise Church, okay.
And Detroit, over on Schoolcraft. They opened the doors to us and allowed us to use the facilities, and they really, you know, backed us in that way where we could have rehearsals there, and was able to do everything that we need to do. I mean, we got special effect companies that donated all the equipment and said, we want to be a part.
Yeah.
Pegasus Entertainment, they was like, we've been trying to get a door open in the Kidney Foundation for a while. This was the words to me. And they said, we really wanted to be a part of this. So, and they gave us cameras, they gave us lights, smoke machines. I mean,
Yeah.
it was amazing of how much support when you explain to people about a cause like this, and let them know, you know, I've been through this, and because most of them, a lot of them seen me and all the things I've gone through, because I've been in and out of the hospital just about all my life, close to death doors several times, and they've seen all this, and a lot of them didn't even know that my biggest problem was my kidneys.
Well, you don't look like you have problems, and people with kidney disease don't.
No. And they didn't know that, you know, oh, you on dialysis for real? Because when I was younger, you know, and going on all these trips, I would go from dialysis, and I would go straight to church singing the choir, and then we would go traveling that night, go out to eat, get back up, do the same thing over again, go to dialysis, go. And nobody knew that, you know, I was pushing myself, because dialysis patients, they have to, young or old, they have to push themselves.
They have half the energy of people without kidney disease.
Yes, and as they get older, I mean, yeah, I'm older now, so this is like 26 years later, and I'm still pushing myself, you know. It's harder now, but
So Eric, this is a major endeavor for the Kidney Foundation, and for this is like a first-time effort to bring an entertainment initiative, other than the walk and some of the other silent auctions and fundraisers like that. And if people still want to help and sponsor, because we're going to keep this in the mix here, is it possible if anyone or group or organization or business wants to help sponsor to still participate with this event?
Oh boy, we could use some sponsors, some more sponsors. We sure could. We came up with some interesting sponsorship opportunities, and they can call me. Anybody in the community can call me. We'd like to have a program. You can buy ads in the program, or you can be a presenting sponsor. So there's lots of opportunities.
Well, give us some brief on that. Tell us what capabilities are and how to reach you, because we're going to put that information up on the screen as well. Your contact information, the website, email address, so that if they're interested in participating, we're going to make that happen.
Well, I kind of like the names of our sponsorships. We've got the leading actor sponsor, and that's at a certain amount, and the supporting actor and supporting cast. Be My Guest sponsor, where dialysis units can actually sponsor their patients. Patron sponsors. So we have lots of different amounts, and with some of the sponsorships, you can get a dual sponsorship with the Ann Arbor Kidney Walk as well, because the events are kind of tied.
And that's in September again?
Yes, September the 9th.
September 9th.
At Concordia University.
Concordia, yes.
Where
Beautiful
you
location.
videotaped us.
Absolutely, we had a blast up there. We sure did. So the play and the whole night, it's a formal affair, the black tie affair.
Oh, it
We want
is.
everybody to
It's
get
a
dressed
dress
up.
up.
It's
Yep.
a dress up event. And what other types of things will be going on? Because again, if you've never been to the Michigan Theater, and I've been there a number of times with some of the concerts, I absolutely love what they've done. And it's such a beautiful location to
It's
visit.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
Well,
it's absolutely fantastic.
First of all, Dr. Richard Swartz is going to be the moderator. He was David's first doctor, and whom David very much respects, and you know, we've been like medical family.
Sure.
So he will be the first part of the reception, and there'll be wine and hors d'oeuvres and a silent auction, and at intermission we're going to talk about peer mentoring, the history of peer mentoring for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
David was one of the pioneers. And really for me, this is very personal.
Yes. This is a big announcement for you too, right?
Yes, it is.
It's the big announcement she's going to share with us. I was saddened to hear that, but I understand, and I think we all have to come to that point in our working careers.
Well, one does age. So I've been working at University Hospital for 40 odd years. And it's been a wonderful place to work where, you know, I don't think I could have grown as I have, or have people trusted me. I mean, they trusted me to take all these kids on trips, you know, for all this time. But I am retiring. And because peer mentoring began at University Hospital, with Dr. Swartz saying, okay, we'll try it. It sounds interesting, you know, because it really does sort of confront the traditional hierarchy of doctors, patients. When you have peer mentors as actual volunteers in the hospital, you know, it's a different way than usual. But we've been doing it at the University Hospital for all these years, and so it's my favorite program. It's the program that's kept me alive in my work as a social worker. And so I'll be thrilled that I can retire with this play. So for me, it's a wonderful way to end. And I'm inviting all the people that would have come to a retirement party to come join me and dress up, have some wine, and watch David. And I'm even going to be acting in this play.
Oh my goodness. That's awesome.
Yes, David wrote me in. I'm going to play a social worker.
Oh, so apropos.
We're going to have a silent auction. I forget if I may not have mentioned that. So there'll be some nice things too. So it'll be fun.
Yeah. So there you have it, folks. The event is coming up as we prepare to close on December 7th, 2012 at the Michigan Theater here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. The National Kidney Foundation Peer Mentoring Program benefit, a night of winter elegance featuring a new Genesis Entertainment production, The Preacher's Daughter, our good friend David Lyles, and all of the great actors and actresses and musicians. Tickets are $35. We're going to have the information up on the screen, how you can get access to the website, the new website, with all of the great resources and information, in addition to contact information for Erica, if you'd like to be a part of the sponsorship of this program, and to reach out and help in any way, manner, or form, as well as the invitation to our local groups, our faith communities, those who believe in this concept of helping out each other. This is such a vital program, and we're so excited. Dave, one last parting word. You want to invite everybody to come up?
I want to invite all the churches and all those who really have no understanding of kidney disease. This is a great, great program, great play, great production that will educate you as well as entertain you. So,
fantastic. And Erica, congratulations. We're going to miss you, but hopefully we still stay in touch with each other with all the great things that's going on in the community. But
I have a feeling, Rich, you and I are still going to put on good things.
Yes, and the National Kidney Foundation, based here in Ann Arbor, has really benefited, as well as University of Michigan Hospital. We are 40 plus years of service, because when you plant there, there's already some experience to bring you there. So when we always look at a certain time frame, there's always some in the beginning that helps us get to where we are. Erica, David, thank you so much for being on with us today here at the Prevention Corner. My name is Rich Coleman. We are the hosts of the program. You hit me up at preventioncorner@rightme.com. But you can also make sure, if your schedule permits, on December 7th. What time we start?
7:30.
7:30 p.m. And we'll put that information up on the screen. We look forward to seeing each of you there with us with the National Kidney Foundation. We'll see you on December 7th. Thanks so much. Bye-bye now.